Hello YouTube friends. Today is my daughter's birthday, so we will be picking out on rainbow cake in short order. But before then, I wanted to do a quick review of some Vieille Prunes. Vieille Prune is a category I've reviewed before. I will link that video up down below. But now that was Louis Roque, I believe, which I found a little bit too sweet. I think it was a little bit dosed. These I'm pretty sure not. These are stuff from Metté distillery in Alsace. I bought a whole bunch of Metté stuff because I had their Gewürztraminer before and I loved it. I will link that up below too. And I was curious to see what else they had. They got a whole range of cool macerated infused stuff. They got a whole range of cool eau-de-vies. And, well, they also got this new range, Fass, they're calling it. And they've also got an aged product, which is not Fass, but which is still very traditional in Alsace and kind of Eastern France in general, I guess. Vieille Prune. Plum brandy that's been aged in French oak. So this is the classic release, which I have been enjoying immensely. You'll be seeing a lot of Metté reviews in the next couple of months probably because I have a lot of them now. And then you got this new guy, and we will talk about this in short order. This is it's a new lineup. It is very, very small batch. This one is 1,022 bottles, and these are like half bottles. These are 500 milliliters, so half liters. So not a huge release at all, but they are out there. All right, let's just get this going. Wait, I'll add a little bit of water first. I'm not going to do the thing where I, add, go through neat and then add water. These aren't at high enough proofs that I found that super necessary. But I'm going to add a little bit of water just to open these up. All right, so this is plum brandy. It's been aged. Get this, 3 years in oak, and then 9 years in stainless steel. So inox. That's just how Metté rolls. And it's a common thing in Alsace, but they really seem to like to age stuff in stainless steel, just to let it kind of settle for a long, long time. And so this is, depending on how you measure age, this is either a 3-year-old or a 12-year-old. No further information about the nature of the oak casks, how used they were or whatever, but in any case, so a little bit of oak, not too much. 45% alcohol by volume. This is a standard product of theirs, and let's get into it. On the nose. Okay, so you're getting tons and tons of fresh plum, as you might imagine, from a plum brandy. Oh God, it's good though. Plummy heaven. I mean, you really have to sort of put yourself in a different mindset with eau-de-vies than whiskeys, rums, older grape brandies, because really it feels like the art they're going for is just to translate the purity of the fruit into the glass. So it's not, and there's a subtlety to that. There's an art to that, which is very different from getting some big bombastic, I don't know, whiskey or whatever. This is beautiful, but it is very subtle. Plum with tons of fresh flowers. This is very floral. It's a little bit stemmy. I'm getting a little bit of, kind of just plant stems in there. Some blood orange soda. I've been trying to get my wife hooked on blood orange soda because she's pregnant and cannot drink, alcohol right now. So I'm hoping that becomes a go-to. Hints of Mirabelle plum, actually. Mirabelle, a particular kind of plum. Metté does make a Mirabelle brandy, and I will be going through that soon enough. But there are no Mirabelle notes on this. And then some kind of standard, well, more standard dried fruit kinds of things, which I imagine are from the French oak. So a little bit of prune. I mean, this is plum brandy, right? Prune, some dried cherries, dates, little hints of white pepper. There's a kind of almost a rusty note, like a rusty penny sort of note in there. And tea notes, like Russian caravan tea, like a slightly smoky blend. So Russian caravan. On the palate, happy face. Oh, that's killer. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so we're leading on plums and lots of black pepper and lots of like overstewed Russian caravan tea. So again, it's the blend tea with some oolong in there, but also some lapsang souchong. So you're getting both of those notes, that kind of smoky note, but also the more kind of greenish tea note, that almost like milky greenish note. Lightly smoky. Long, dry, refreshing, mouth-watering finish. Oh God, I mean, this is very sessionable. It's very just Moorish, as Sir Valentine likes to say. Lots of plum. Little those floral notes are still there, but they become a little bit more smoke dominant, so smoky flowers. Pop rocks, the candy, fennel, sea salt. What is that? There's like an aromatic smoke kind of thing, which reminds me of like old man pipe tobacco, like cased pipe tobacco with. Okay, so yeah, plum aromas are one of the things you find in a lot of casings, but more than that. So it's like a mix of, flavored pipe tobaccos. Is kind of what I'm getting. Beautiful stuff. It's so, again, I'm used to reviewing and giving high ratings to bombs, and we all do this. We're all guilty. That's what we give attention towards the Lafroigs and the high ester Hamdens, and we want to reward those things. And so you have to put your mind in a different gear to kind of appreciate something that is more about subtlety and purity. And God, this is good. Wonderful stuff. Extremely well made, and incredibly crushable. Like I could, just like the Metté Gewürztraminer, the Mar. I feel like if you open a bottle of this in a room with some spirits aficionados, that bottle is not leaving alive. This is this is just something you want to drink more and more and more of. I gave this in my notes a rating at 87. I'm going to up that to 88 points. It is very, very good. 88 points out of 100 for the Metté Vieille Prune. Very, very good. All right, and let's move on to the new kid on the block, the Fass Vieille Prune. So this is made in the same distillery. I imagine it's the same distiller, though they don't say. They also don't mention if this is spent any time in stainless steel, like this guy has. What they do say is that this has been aged for 6 years in French oak, and if you go look on their website, which at the moment was down, so hopefully their website comes back. But when I was looking earlier today, it was down. But they do mention, because happily some other people copy pasted it, that the French oak casks were actually former white wine casks. Now they don't specify what kind of white wine that was, but anyways, it's ex white wine casks, and for a total of 1,022 bottles. Now, I'm gonna get into this for a second, but in 1 second. But the interesting thing, so there's Many questions to raise about the use of white wine casks here. Number one, what was the white wine? Where are they getting this? Because in Alsace, you do get oak casks used for maturation of wine, but they tend not to be very active. They tend to be these very large, kind of neutral oak vessels, for lack of a better word, of various sizes that have long since kind of had all the raw woody characters kind of sucked out of them. And frankly, the 1,000 odd bottles that make up this batch, so what, 500-ish liters? That's way too small for those kinds of casks. So I had to think they're sourcing these from elsewhere. So you have to wonder where. Like, are these Burgundian casks? Are these, ex-white Bordeaux casks? Where are they coming from? That would have been fun to know, but they don't mention it. Anyways, let's get on to the review. So this is bottled at a lower strength than the standard Vieille Prune. This is 42% alcohol by volume. Darker color though, so 6 years. And I imagine some casks with some juice left in them. And let's give this a whirl on the nose. Radically different nose. Much more wild. This is so we're getting gooseberry, kind of golden raisin, but it's almost like it's wilder than that. It's like funky golden raisin. Stems, lots of stems. That blood orange soda thing is coming back along with the Mirabelle thing. I mean, there's plum, obviously. Cherry notes, like almost like cherry eau-de-vie, like kirsch. White flowers. There's a wine note in this. Almost like hard to nail down. It's not. It doesn't remind me of Chardonnay. It reminds me more like a champagne that's gone flat. Like, I don't know. You have a nice bottle of grower champagne. You kind of leave it out a little bit too long, and then you kind of in the glass, and then you smell it, and it's a little bit flat. You kind of get this nose. So it's slightly appley, but slightly yeasty. Give this a little more time, and the plum reasserts itself. Lots of apricot. Oh my God, there's lots of apricot. Fresh, but also dried. And that sort of cased tobacco note, the old man tobacco note again. I mean, it's a fascinating nose. It doesn't hang together nearly as well as the standard Vieille Prune, but I like it anyways. There's lots of fun things going on. On the palate, again, absolutely fascinating. So the apricots are again kind of ruling the show, along with plums, just fresh plums, stems, again, that sort of aromatic pipe tobacco thing. Like dried orange slices, Mirabelle again, kind of like an orange chocolate note actually. Some used coffee grounds, but nice. I'm enjoying chewing on these used coffee grounds, and of all things, apple cheese. Apple cheese, like this thing you find in Eastern Europe where they sort of boil down apples to get this sort of apple concentrate, and it's very almost toffee-like. That's kind of what I'm getting. Not as peppery as expect. I was expecting this from the nose to be very, very peppery on the palate, but it's not really showing up. It's kind of there. It's a little bit peppery, but it's not a bomb. It's a fun variation. Um, okay, so how do I treat this? So I don't think this is as good as the standard Vieille Prune, but it's hard to explain how. Um, in some ways, I want to put these are very close on this. They are almost on the same level. This is the Vieille Prune. The standard is a more polished product. It's more complete. It feels like it's kind of figured itself out. This is much more wild. This is more of an experiment. This is a kind of science lab in a bottle. But it's lots of fun. I feel like when I step away from these two for a while, I kind of want to take a couple of points off the Fass. I kind of want to be like, it's not that good, it's not that coherent. And then when I try it again, I kind of go, no, actually, there's a lot going on here. I would give this an 87 out of 100, like really close. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. 87 out of 100, almost there. What it does present is a really good case for white wine casks, which are they just seem hugely underrated in the world of spirits maturation. Like the world is cask finish mad right now. Everyone's finishing stuff in everything. Like there's like, I don't know, Bondol cask finishes now. There's, I don't know, Barolo cask finishes. Anything you can think of, people are finishing their whiskeys, their rums, whatever the hell in it. What I don't see very much of is white wine casks being used, which is a little bit weird because a lot of the wines you see in traditional, say, whiskey, Scotch maturation are basically white wines. Sherry is basically at bottom a white wine. You're using the Palomino grape. Well, a couple of others, Pedro Jimenez as well. But they're all white grapes. Madeira, the noble Madeira grapes are white grapes. So, why not just go down the line to dry white wines? I don't know. Yeah, ex white Bordeaux casks. Why not? Give it a shot. Ex Chablis casks. There's lots of winemakers in Chablis using oak now. I'm not sure if I like the wines that much, but hey, that means there are some really fun used casks out there. Throw a Speyside Scotch in there for like 10 years. Give it a shot. Anyhow, I will stop ranting now. Just planting some seeds. Spirits makers, consider leaning into your white wine casks some more. I don't know. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Like among wine nerds, white wines are really, as admired and as appreciated as anything else out there. Red wines, bubbly, whatever. Like some of the best wines in the world, like I mean, Cortons, some of the upper end Loire Valley Chenin Blancs. These are some of the best wines in the world, and we appreciate that. I mean, German Riesling, my God. But in the world outside of wine nerdery, it feels like white wines are kind of looked down upon as, I don't know, effeminate or something. We need to get over ourselves and let me back up. Put it this way: if it seems appropriate to you to finish a whiskey in Chateauneuf de Pape casks, but not in, I don't know, ex-white Bordeaux casks, step back and ask yourself why that is the case. What is wrong? Anyhow, that is it. So these are nice. These are very nice, actually. Metté is a terrific distillery, and I'm going to be giving them lots of attention. So 88 for the standard Vieille Prune. It is very, very good. The Fass, not quite as good. 87 out of 100, but tons of fun and worth a try anyhow. And I guess that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching. More Plum brandy content in the future, and more Alsace content in the future. Thanks. Bye.